Hello there everyone, this is I am Mark III and welcome back to Mashinky, the Metropolis project, and one of my refined gasoline tankers just quite happily trundling away, just there. Well, you know, I do like to have a nice little scenic thing of a train going here, there and somewhere vaguely important as we start this out, but as you do. Anyway, welcome back to Metropolis Project, the game where I am trying to figure out how big I can force a town to grow by packing as many people as possible into said town. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't, I don't know. But we seem to be doing something at least, because the happy people of Blackburn have almost reached 200 people at this point. You guys are really expanding. In fact, is there a mail train anywhere? There isn't much by way of mail running around, is there? But we've got hundreds of people being just forced into the town right now. So I think we're about to hit the magical 200. Come on. We need a mail train. Where's some mail train? I don't see a mail train anywhere. Darn it. We don't have much by way of mail coming in, we've got to be fair with that one. In fact, no, I know we've got some mail coming in, just not much. Oh well, anyway. What I want to do today is I want to continue where I had to so rudely end things last time, where I want to get that shiny new engine running around. Wait, no, take a break. Spend 5 minutes inside one of your trains. No. Where is it? Testing. Visit 8 cities with a modified 52+. That's the one. Since at the end of last time we got this connection in, so we can get, trains can come across here. Actually, we're not quite there yet. And it's because I had to just suddenly end the recording session last time. It was a rather abrupt ending, I do admit to that. So I need to go to over there, so we can finish the link. Oops. Yep, just run it out like that. And that will let the experimental trains get across to here. What a tangle that is. Jeez. But it'll do the job, so there is that, I suppose. Okay, right. We will get our special... Wait. Where is the 57+? Did I build it down here? Yes, I did. There it is. Here's our special 57+. And we need to give it some carriages, of course. But this is going to be a luxury service, because we don't want it interrupting the rest of it too much. So, I am going to give you a dining car and first class passenger service. Because why the hell not? We've not managed to do that in the entire game pretty much at this point. However, doing it that way, we can't fit in another first class. We can fit in a coach car though, so there will be some extra carrying capacity on this. Like that, so there we go. That's okay. Now we need to send this thing to 8 cities. Because of the way the tracks are arranged, any time it visits a town, it then has to turn around and head straight back towards Blackburn. So that's why this linking track here was so important. So it can bypass Blackburn, oddly enough, and go to other places instead. Because it's got to bounce back and forth. So where to start it? We will start off with Swansea for this super special tour, which has uber high price tickets. Then we'll swing out round and head back to Manchester. Then we'll double back to Sunderland. Then we'll stop by the picturesque village of Durham. That's 4. The thing is, there is actually 4 per track, so we'll grab Holyhead next, so a nice visit to Wales, I think that one is. Then we'll wander all the way back around here to pay a visit to Liverpool. Hang on, that's not right. 1. Oh, that's the one we're missing. We've not gone to Kilbride yet. Alright. Then of course we have to go all the way down here to visit London. London is right near Holyhead, so I didn't know London was in Wales. I'm fairly sure Holyhead is Wales. And then it will also visit this station here in Kilbride. Now, do we have any duplicates in here? 27, 35... No, we do not. Alright, the Ultra Super Special Luxury Train is now all set to roll. And of course, we can't do this without a visit to Blackburn, because after all this teasing of just driving back and forth like going, oh look, there's the centre of civilization, we'll just drive straight past it. Ha ha ha, sucks to be you guys on the train. We will eventually wind our way to visit the Holy of Holies of Blackburn. But yeah, here we go. We've got a nice little diesel engine rolling here. This E52 Plus. So yeah, that should take care of that objective and give me 2 more of these things. So what I'm going to use them for, I have no idea at this point. It's just a random objective that popped up. So we've got this super special luxury train rolling around. And as you can see, it fills up really easily. 50... It's like 70 odd people. Only 70 odd people on this thing, compared to 100 on the other trains, but that's because the other trains pack them in like sardines. This train does not, though the engine is actually much smaller. So there is that, I suppose. It's also slightly slower as well, but I don't know how much of an effect that's going to be. It depends if a tailback builds up behind it or not. It's holding its own right now. It's definitely... It can handle itself in the corners as well, and then it switches track quite happily, so bye-bye. It's left those trains behind it, and now it's going in this general direction over here. Yeah, that's working. I'm not finding it as satisfying as watching the steam trains rolling around, though, I must admit. But I think it's got better acceleration, though, hasn't it? No, it doesn't. Weight 140. 133. Yeah, it's got less power to weight, less speed. So it's I don't know. It's slightly slower, so I'm going to have to pull that off when it completes the objective. Anyway, we need to get on with the other thing, which is I think what I'm going to focus on for this particular time, and that is actually getting the... focusing on the supply situation, because the supply situation is something which might kind of maybe possibly need attention. Let's go ahead and slow it down. Because, of course, we're actually running short. For a long time now, we have been, well, I have been, focusing on getting, like, passengers rolling faster, ever faster into our testing pen of Blackburn. And, unfortunately, that means that I've never really updated the infrastructure which is supplying me with valuable raw materials. Namely, coal is the big one that's suffering the most at the moment. But it's almost all of our special resources are coming from that single industrial site, the same industrial site, which I established way back in terms of this series. Like, at the beginning, kind of like thing. That's, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's been doing great fueling the mighty cattle herding experiment, but it's not. It's struggling. As things get more expensive, I'm finding more and more often that I am just running out of material around here. So unfortunately, that means that it is inevitably time to start an update. And of course, there was that attempt to do that with getting more coal with the Southwest Industrial. And that kind of... I didn't do that very well, did I? Let's be frank. I did not do that very well. So I think that's going to be my focus this time. Getting the coal up so that we can afford to buy things that require coal without massively overstraining my coal reserve to the point where my engines start to break down, because coal is also what I use as passenger fuel. So that's going to be a nice big track down here. By the way, rather than building a massive bridge this time, I'm just cutting a lake in half. So read into that what you will. I wouldn't need to build massive bridges like I did with the Bridge of Stoat if we could actually, you know, if we could actually put signals onto bridges. That would bypass the need of like doubling up lengths of bridge, lengths of tunnel, that kind of thing. But unfortunately, I don't know if it's actually on the plan or not. I mean, to be fair, Transport Tycoon never managed to do it either. Let's just stretch that out. And we've also got the time dilation effect going on quite nicely, because it's already 10 minutes into the video and I didn't even realise. Oh, it's so easy for the time to just pass when you're playing a game like this. At least that's how I found it. We're already 10 minutes in and I'm only just laying a whole load of track. Where did the time go? Why are you asking me? I have no idea. Do I need an extra track here? Not really. I guess I'll do it like that, and then I'll just link it straight down like that. So there we go. That'll do. That links all the way down here. We didn't get any more trains rolling, especially. We've got this one trying to keep this place occupied. But I never actually installed an additional track, an additional train for this one, because this one required a link to a separate smelting area to properly deal with its coal. Since we worked out last time that one of these can handle 1.5 coal mines running at full tilt. So, we need to get this sorted out. Engine. We're running this entirely on money trains because that is just flat out the most reliable way to do it. It'll be more efficient to use more powerful engines, but this is resource gathering. Reliability trumps being able to do it faster and more cheaply. Well, to be fair, I'm swimming in money, so this is actually the cheapest way as well, because the quote-unquote expensive way to do it would be to just... would actually be to put the more powerful trains on it. It'll be more expensive because it'll be needing much rarer resources. 7.69, 8.2. Okay, did I install an additional thing on this one? I did not. 7.69. Oh yeah, I think I worked out that I couldn't, didn't I? Yeah, I couldn't even put a Talbot on it. So that's all that's going to do. Okay. Now, as I said, this thing has to be half and half. It has to go to here, grab a load, go to here, but then because we need half the output to go somewhere else, we need to come back here. Once again, fully load it, and I've just noticed a problem in the track design. I'll correct that in a second. And then go to here. So it visits twice and takes a load away to 2 separate places. And that will be balancing its output between the 2 sites. So, yeah. Let's get that started anyway. The problem I've noticed is not an issue just this second, but it will be very shortly. And that is the fact that exiting this area does not allow a train to get onto the track going northbound. In fact, I think the easiest way is just like install a turning loop. Yeah. It's going to have to go like... because everything comes in here. Okay, so if I do it like this, right, and then I can pull a way out like that, but this is going to go like this. So one complex junction, which is going to be absolutely wonderful for efficiency, but there's not exactly going to be a super high amount of traffic rolling through here, so that's all okay. So we've got 3 access routes coming in like this way. trains coming from this direction can only go that way. Yeah, that's okay. Trains from the station can go this way, or they can go to this new output track, which is there. And this will do the spin to let them go back in the other direction. So there we go. That will allow the trains to double up. Where is that engine, by the way? There it is. The problem is, of course, that it's actually quite full at the moment, so it's taking its sweet time getting somewhere. Speed is only at 52 miles an hour, so actually the engines are a bit underpowered for the sheer amount I'm asking them to move. If I could get away with removing the hills, I really should do, in fact. Flatter is better for trains. Always has been. Let's see, what's going to be empty? This is going to be the empty track, so this is the track which will be least affected by a slope. This track here is going to have full trains running along it. So it should be allowed to drop one and then sidestep. That'll do actually. So drop down, let you sidestep, and then you'll come back up over here. So that way, this full loaded train coming from this direction only has to deal with one drop. But that's because the other side is going to have... Actually, that's not quite going to work, that's too close. The other side is going to have the fully loaded trains coming through. So yeah, look at that bridge. Oh wow, we found a short iron suspension bridge layout which doesn't build a centre post. It's just like... That is a rather steep thing. Oh dear. I just can't, for some reason I just can't, I have to laugh when I look at that. I mean, look at that, look how contrived that is. Just like, here, let's build these two slides just leaning in on each other. Look at that. Look at that arch. Wow. That doesn't look too real good for the trains, actually, that, but it'll work, unfortunately. Yep, you're quite happily wandering off down that way. But, jeez. If it's going to work, it's going to work. Anyway, we do need another link, of course, which will allow trains from coming in this direction to get into the actual... Yeah. There's still more required. This is still the link that will have the empty trains. So what I need is to lift that up, and then I can have a track rolling underneath it, which is going to have to come in there. Because it's trying to turn, actually. Which means I need that, I think. Yep, that should about do it. So you're trying to turn, come in that way. Which means you're trying to rise up there. Oh, it's not quite happy with that, is it? Alright, so we need another bridge, again contrived, which is going to go across like that. However, we need a physical slope to get this track into position as well, like that. And again, we've managed to do the mysterious triangle bridge once again. And then that can just go straight into there. We need a separate track there, which will connect to that. And then this needs a bit of retooling. So it can go like that. Actually, I actually just needed to retool the signals. But the problem is you can't just pull the signal out, you've got to actually demolish a section of track. So yeah, there we go. And that will allow an empty train. Sorry, Wait, why do we need that? We didn't need that at all. Blast it. Because we're not going to... Wait, no, we did, because we're going to get empty trains coming back this way. So that's for empty trains. That's actually for the full trains that are going to... it is what it is. Okay, basically what just happened is I managed to get myself reversed, as I tend to do surprisingly often on this game, actually. I got myself reversed, and then it was like... Actually, we didn't need that one. Never mind, I'm just going to leave it. So, I got my tracks mixed up. That has happened a few times in the past in this series. It's happened again just now. But what's happened is... Actually, yeah, that's exactly what I want. Is that I wanted the empty trains to have the easy route, only having to go down one and up one, and the full trains to get the whole bumpy bits. No, that's backward. Oh, damn it all. No, that's what's happened. The empty trains are getting the least issue. They can go down underneath the bridges. The trains carrying a full load of coal have to take the bridges. And I wanted it the other way around. But I've spent the time, I've just installed it all, so basically it's a case of whatever shrug at this point. What can I say? My train tracks look good, but sometimes they're not the most efficient. At least they've got free flowing. I can say that for them. They are free flowing. So there's not going to be any trafficking issues, really. Except for trains getting slowed down because of trying to pull massive weights up very steep slopes. Exactly as planned, basically. Yes. Okay, yep, that's all working fine. Okay. So now I've got that running. I do need to re-establish the wood supply to all of that. We've also got an excess of coal, actually, which is also going to be a slight issue now, because we've got excess coal being produced by the woods. If you recall, at the far end of this industrial track set, there is actually a woods which was producing some extra coal because it has a charcoal kiln attached to it. That's a thing, and if my coal processing has 1.5 mines, as it's all it can handle, then where am I going to send the extra coal that's being produced by the charcoal furnace? I mean, it is a bit of a question when you think about it. I need one of those signals, and then that will just get things moving as soon as possible out, and that's all hooked up. Okay, so there we go. And as you can see, this because of the delay, this train is now actually rolling around empty. Let's see, extensions. What do we need on you? We have got the coal hopper is probably a good idea, because these trains carry 280, but only 200 can be stored. The problem with the coal hopper was I was trying to build some last time, all the time before that, very recently, but I didn't have enough metal, because it's 200 metal to build one of those hoppers. So, you know, it's not great. Not really. We could also do a storage building, actually. Let's put a storage building in here as well, because that increases loading time even faster. So that will allow the mines to store up enough to load a train as it goes. So the problem is there's not enough there for it to really pick up on, but when that train gets out of there, it will be able to go quite happily to other places. Right. What are you doing down here? Go to depot. Next order. You're meant to be in the depot already. I thought I scrapped everything in here, but nope. Apparently I hadn't. Off it goes. Oh wait, was that one being used to fuel the sawmill? I think it was, actually. Anyway, we've got that train quite happily rolling around there. We've got another coal mine awaiting output selection, and we've got plenty of spare carriages, so we just need to get this one. Another BR3. Load it up, and your orders are to run from this coal mine over here to this new one we've just got aligned over there. Those are your orders, buddy. And I just need to... Honestly, it'd be much faster if I just sold and rebought all the wagons, despite the fact they've got cargo in them. Because as far as I know, there's no ability to mass move, so I can just click and drag, or I can just spam the buy button, basically. So as you can see, I'm just quite easily cleaning all that out. And then I grab the wagons of the right type, which are these, facts. Look at that, much faster. Easy peasy. Let's get that extra train started. 121, you are rolling. 120 is still loading up. This train is also still loading up. I never fitted... Yeah, I never actually... This was really a half... I can't believe how half-hearted this place is. I never properly outfitted the stations to handle the trains of this size. I think what happened is probably what always happens with me. I just got distracted. It happens much more often than you'd think, to be quite honest. But, you know... Oh... Actually, this one's got 500 coal in storage. So I at least gave this one a storage building. Anyway, that's rolling there, so that'll get sold off. This place requires an input of 1 coal, while this one has an output of 1 coal, and 3.1 wood to 8.1 wood. So that one was supplying coal, but... there is an excess loop there because the forest is supplying more than the sawmill ultimately needs, because the sawmill can't processes more lumber than it's getting. So there's still an excess in there. Okay, let's get this thing at least sorted out. So let's see, we need the BR3. We want lumber, which are going to be Nossingers. Oops, no, don't need that. I wish there was an option which said buy up to length, rather than having to buy each individual one. That would probably help. Yeah, but your orders are to go to there, go to a full load, and then go to here. So that train will start shuttling around the wood. Ooh. The coal train is fully loaded, I think. Yes, it is. It is going over the triangle bridges. Yes. And it's really slowing down. You can do it. Ignore the slope. You can do it. Climb, pretty engine. It made it. Yes. But then it's got another one right then. It's like, oh god, no. Yeah, there's no opportunity really for it to get speed up, but there it is. Oh my! I think that's probably the thumbnail right there. Just bouncing up and over. But at least we've got that train rolling. So next stage is to watch these things after I get lumber rolling around, because we've got 3 mines here which would need lumber, which is actually going to be an issue. So I think we're probably going to need several lumber trains. Did I separate lumber off? Actually, yes, I did. All right, I did separate lumber off. Where's the? Which means I also explained that again when I did the goods thing. I do apologise. But where is my lumber train? There it is, over there. It's quite happy, just trundling along. Your orders are to go to 45, and 45 is the correct, no, 45 and then to 43. 43 is the correct one, because that's where all the coal's waiting. Good. So the lumber trains need to be heading into 44, and I need to buy them up to length. Now, because of the distance involved, though, I know for a fact I'm going to need additional trains here. So I'm going to get one there, full load. Then you're going to rumble down this way. Yep, there's the turnaround point. You're going to stop off here. Then you're going to stop off here. Then you're going to stop off here. And then you're going to stop off here. Because there is definitely an excess of this resource as well. Because these mines only need a 0.5, so that's 1.5 lumber outputs, while the sawmill in question, which is here, produces 8.4. Slight discrepancy there. So I'm going to need several of these trains running around. This is where the clone train option will be quite handy, but at least I can clone the orders. 7.95. I want you to copy 123's orders. Got to remember, of course, these things are slower than the previous trains as well. Okay, there's the previous coal train that's come in. Oops, just put that there. And I need to buy, again, that... I'm going to get a third lumber train out here. And then, of course, there's a massive spam of, hey, this place is full of stuff. So there's a massive spam right there. And I want to grab that train's orders. So there we go. Start. Roll. Alright, that leaves one more train which requires sorting out, which is the coal train. Of course, this train is going to take absolutely flipping ages to actually work, now that I think about it, so maybe a short coal train would be a better one. Because remember, we're only dealing with an output of 1. Let's give it... Nope. Let's give it 100 capacity. Let's do that. 100 capacity, that sounds good. So that makes it the shortest train in the fleet. But I think that's all that's required. So tell it to just do that little shuttle run there. And of course, as you can see, now we've got these trains starting to roll around quite happily. 70. I did extend the length on that, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. We could probably use some extra cargo handling options, though, so I'm going to install some freight stations here, too. Just to get loading and unloading going a bit faster. Just do it like that. But unfortunately, that is also the end of this particular episode, because we've just passed half an hour. This is such a laid-back game. It's such an excellent way to chill out. It's like, listen to cool, smooth music in the background, and play with toy trains. That's basically what this is about, isn't it? But yeah. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show, and I'll catch you all some other time. See you all later.